Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be recommending books based on Taylor Swift songs. I'm a huge Swiftie and I'm also a huge bookworm, so this was a really fun video for me. I really thought about which books would go with the specific song based on the lyrics, based on the overall meanings and vibes of the song. I don't have that many recommendations, but if you would like more, comment your favorite song down below and I'll do a part 2 including recommendations for your favorite song. And let's get started. For the recommendations, I have books of all genres: fantasy, YA, romance, everything. So the first song I have is London Boy, which is in Lover, and this song is about Joe Alwyn, who was British. He's British and he was Taylor's boyfriend. They're exes now, but he was her boyfriend, and it's about how she loved a London boy. And the book for this I would recommend is Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. It's a pretty new book and it's about a girl who goes to study abroad in England, and there she has a romance with one of her roommates who is a British boy. And I feel like the book just really goes well with London Boy, the vibes and everything. Like, they're both falling in love with these British boys. So yeah, I think that's what I would recommend. Now, the second book I have is You Belong With Me from Fearless. And this song is about like a girl who's in love with her like best friend, her neighbor, but he is in love with someone else. He's another girlfriend, and she's trying to tell him that you belong with me. We have so much in common. We know everything about each other. And then at the end of the song, they finally get together. And I feel like the story is a lot about, like, the song is a lot about angst and just like longing. And I feel like the book for this would be If He Had Been With Me by Lauren Nowlin. This book is just like, it's about a girl named Autumn who is childhood best friends with this boy named Finney, and they are like, they both love each other, they always have, but he's in love with someone else. And I feel like the lyrics, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, like really resonates the song. Like, he's like on the football team and Autumn is like sort of in like a loner group. She's not really popular, and but like it goes throughout the course of their high school, them just longing for each other, and at the end they finally get together. So I feel like the song really goes well with the book. Okay, then we have I Knew You Were Trouble from Red, and this song is about like falling in love with someone who is like a bad boy almost, who you knew like is gonna get you into trouble, but they're like enigmatic, like charisma just like pulls you in. And I thought about this, and I think the book that goes with this is Sweet Fall by Tilly Cole. This is the second book in the Sweet Home series. I think like Sweet Home is the first book, this is the second book, and it's about a really like innocent girl who like falls in love with this boy who's like involved with like sort of like I wouldn't say a mafia, but sort of like a gang he's involved in, and she knows that he could get her in trouble. And and then one of the lyrics is flew me to places I've never been, now I'm lying on the cold hard ground. And there's literally a scene where she gets involved in one of the like gangs fights, and she's lying, like she's been pushed and she's lying on the ground like in pain, and like it's just like a really like book that like I think it's like really goes with like the bad boy good girl dynamic. And it is a happy ending though, so if you like that, then I think that would really go with the book. Okay, the next song that I have is Champagne Problems from Evermore. This is probably my favorite Taylor Swift song of all time. And this book, I mainly picked the book for this through like the vibes of the song. It like really gives like Christmassy vibes, heartbreak vibes, like, and I chose Little Woman because there's a scene in the Little Woman movie especially is what I feel like I'm thinking about when I talk about it, where like it's Christmas and Joe and Lori are like dancing in the halls, and it's like because I dropped your hand while dancing, left you out there standing crestfallen on the landing. And like there's a scene where he is like confessing his love to her, and she just leaves him there standing crestfallen when she rejects him. And it's like, love slipped beyond your reaches and I couldn't give you a reason. Like, she loves him, but she can't give him a reason as to why she doesn't want to be with him. And 1 for the money, 2 for the show, I would never was ready, so I watched you go. So she never was ready for a relationship at that time, and she just had to let him go. And it's like, sometimes you don't know the answer until someone's on their knees and asks you. So he's on his knees asking her, and that's when she finally gets the answer that no, I don't want to be with him. So yeah, it's just, the song is so sad and heartbreaking, and the movie is also, and Joe and Lori literally, like, this song was made for them. So if you're a Joe and Lori stan, if you're a Champagne Problem stan, you need to read Little Women or listen to the song. Okay, then we have Getaway Car, and this one I mostly picked for the vibes. So the book I picked for Getaway Car is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I picked that book because I feel like the song just gives, like, we were riding in the getaway car. Like, there's literally a scene in the movie, in the book, where they're, like, driving in a car away from the mansion. Avery and Jameson, the 2 characters, are driving in a car, and it's like, they didn't do a heist, like, it wasn't a getaway car, but they were just driving in the car away. Like, they were all both feeling so thrilled, there was some romance in the air, and I feel like it just, the vibes of Getaway Car really go with The Inheritance Games, and that's why I picked it. And there's also, like, a mystery aspect to the book, which I think goes well with it as well. Then I have Would've, Could've, Should've. This song is from Midnights, and it talks about a very important subject, something that must have been hard for Taylor to write, about, like, being with an older man and being manipulated and being taken advantage of. And I feel like a book that really does justice to the song is Every Other Weekend. And this book is about a girl who also got taken advantage of, also was manipulated by someone older than her, and she had to deal with that and find like peace within herself. And I feel like the book really handles the topic well and just really goes with the song. Then I have I'm Gonna Get You Back or Better Than Revenge. So I'm Gonna Get You Back is from the Torture Reports department, and then Better Than Revenge is from Speak Now. And both of these books are about getting someone back, getting revenge, righting a wrong someone did to you. And I feel like a book that really goes well with this is Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. This book is about, like, a group of girls who are getting back on people who wronged them, who are teaming up on getting revenge on people, and are also realizing that sometimes revenge is not the best answer. And I feel like the vibes of this book really go with the songs. Then I have So High School, and for this book, I wanted to pick a book that was about, like, it was a YA book set in high school, and the 2 lyrics that really got to me that matched with the book were, it's just a game, but really I'm betting on all 3 of us. And then it's like, truth, dare, spin, bottles, you know how to ball, I know Aristotle. And it's like, brand new, full throttle, touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. So it's like, I picked The Upside of Falling by Alex Light for this because the book is about a fake dating between, like, this popular football boy and this girl who's, like, a bookworm. And so basically, truth, dare, spin the bottle, like, spin bottles, it's like the vibe because, like, they're betting, it's like a game between them, like, it's just a game. But then it's like, you know how to ball, like, he's a football player, and I know Aristotle, and she's like a bookworm. And then it's like, I feel like laughing in the middle of practice, do that impression you did of your dad again. And then it's like it's talking about how, like, they slowly start to become friends, and then and in the blink of a crinkling eye, I'm sinking, our fingers intertwined, cheeks pink in the twinkling eyes. And then it's like, so now they're falling in love slowly. It was supposed to just be a game, but now they're actually falling for each other. And it's like, I feel so high school every time I look at you. So like they're both in high school, experiencing like first love in a high school. And so I think the song just goes really well with the book. Okay, then the next one I have is The Tortured Poets Department, and this is obviously from the album The Tortured Poets Department, and the song is about like, I basically chose the book literally based on the title, Tortured Poets Department, and the book I chose is The Words We Keep, because it's about a girl and a boy who are tortured in the way that they are having, like, they have mental health issues. They're being tortured by their minds, and they find solace through writing poetry, through writing anything. And so it's like they formed a little club where they write poems and stick them around the school to help others who are suffering just like them. So I feel like the Tortured Poets Department really just like describes this book, like what the job of the main characters in these books, what they're doing. So yeah, it's a YA book, and I would recommend it based on the song or the album even. Then I have But Daddy I Love Him, and this song is about just like being not allowed to be with someone you love. Like it's like a forbidden love, like everyone disapproves of the person you're in love with, but you want to be with them. And for that, I chose These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and obviously as the story goes, the families are rivaling. Romeo and Juliet are in a forbidden relationship, like no one approves of it. So the song But Daddy I Love Him is like Juliet saying to her dad, but Daddy I love him, as in Romeo. So I feel like the song just goes really well with the book. Then we have You're Losing Me, and this is from Midnights. It was from The Vault, recently released. And the lyrics I picked for this one is you're losing me, I can't find a pulse, my heart won't start anymore for you. And it's like, every morning I glared at you with storms in my eyes. How can you say that you love someone you can't tell is dying? I send you signals and bit my nails down to the quick. My face was gray, but you wouldn't admit that we were sick. And I chose for this song Happy Place by Emily Henry. There's literally a line in this book where the main character is saying, how could I have not known that he was dying inside? I loved him so much. And the book is about like being a relationship where someone was struggling and she just couldn't realize that he was struggling, and then so in the end they had to let go of each other, but then they found their way back to each other because she's starting to understand what he was going through. And it's really like, it's like, you're losing me. It's as if it's in the point of view of her love, where he's saying that like, how long could it be a sad song till we were too long gone to bring back to life? And it's like, all I did was bleed as I tried to be the bravest soldier. Like he was going through so much, he was just trying to be brave, and like she just didn't realize. Front lines, you ignore me, I'm like, you're losing me. And yeah, so I think that song really goes well with the books, the vibes, the lyrics, everything. Then I have The Man, and the song is from Lover. It's about the difficulty of being a woman in this day and age, about misogyny, about how it's always the man usually gets it easier. And I feel like this book really goes well with Not Here to Be Liked by Michelle Kwok, because this book is talking about a girl who's trying to reform her school to be less biased towards girls, to understand that misogyny exists, and this is how it's affecting her. She's a very strong woman. She like really wants to make a change, and I feel like the whole theme of the book really goes well with the song. Then I have 7, which is from Folklore, and this song, the lyrics I picked that match with the book is sweet tea in the summer, cross your heart, I won't tell no other, and though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. And then it's like, I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted, your dad is always mad, and that must be why, and I think you should come live with me and we can be pirates, then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And it's because this song is talking about like a household in which someone is being abused or not being treated properly, and their childhood friend is saying, oh, come with, like she's saying, like as in like in a childhood imagination, like live with me, we can be pirates, we can live in the ocean. And this book reminds me a lot of In the Orbit of You, because it's about a boy who in his childhood he wasn't treated well in his home, and then his only solace is meeting his neighbor, his best friend, and they're both like too young to be lovers, but they love each other. And she's saying like, come live with me, like she's always trying to help him, like, and there's a scene I think where they say like, oh, come live with me, we can live in the ocean like together, and it really reminds me of the song. And then later on they grow up and they meet each other again and finally get to talk about their relationship in the past, and it's a really good book that matches with the song. Then I have Tolerate It, and for this song I picked Rebecca by Daphne Moore, I think, and I have never read Rebecca. It is on my TBR though, but I picked this book because Taylor herself said that Tolerate It was inspired by the book Rebecca, and so basically I assume that the song is like shares the same themes and has a lot of events in it that match the book. So if Tolerate It is one of your favorite songs, then I think you should read Rebecca, or vice versa, because Taylor herself found inspiration from the book to make this song. Then second to last, I have Ivy from Evermore, literally one of my favorite songs. And for this one, I picked A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book in the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. And the lyrics that stood out to me were, I meet you where the spirit meets the bones, in a faith forgotten land in the snow. Your touch brought forth an incandescent glow. And then, my pain fits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's been promised to another. And then, my house of stone, your ivy grows. Cover blooms in the field, spring breaks loose, the time is near. What would he do if he found us out? He's gonna burn this house to the ground. And or dare to sit and watch what we'll become and drink my husband's wine. And this book is talking about someone who is in love with another but has been promised to somebody already. And House of Stone, she's like trapped in the house. She can't be with the person she desires. Your pain fits in the palm of your freezing hand, taking mine, but it's been promised to another. And in the book, Farah, the main character, she's living with someone else. She's about to be married to him, her husband, but he keeps her in the house in her cage. Like, she cannot leave, and she is in love with someone else, Rhysand, and she wishes she could be with him. They're longing for each other, but she's afraid what happens if her husband will find out. So the book really goes with this song. I feel like this book literally could be inspired by the song. And then lastly, I have No Body, No Crime, another one of my favorite songs from Evermore. If you couldn't tell, Evermore is one of my favorite albums. And in the lyrics that really stood out to me in this song that I chose the book for were, her husband's acting different and it smells like infidelity. She says, that ain't my Merla on his mouth, that ain't my jewelry on our joint account. I think I'm gonna call him out. I think he did it, but I just can't prove it. No body, no crime, but I ain't letting up until the day I die. No, I think he did it. No, he did it. And then it goes, SD wasn't there Tuesday night at Olive Garden, at her job, or anywhere. He reports his missing wife. And I noticed when I passed his house, his truck has got some brand new tires and his mistress moved in. So, this book that I chose is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, which is about like an unreliable narrator, sort of like missing wife. This husband is the main suspect, so it's like, I think he did it. Like the police are trying to say, like, we think he did it, but they just can't prove it because there's no body, no crime. And but the wife is not totally innocent as well, and it's like she's been like saying that my husband is acting differently, like she's saying that that isn't my jewelry on his account, but like they still can't prove it. And then it's saying that, oh well, someone on the outside is seeing that he is not being where he's supposed to be, there's people in his house that aren't supposed to be, and it's just very like unreliable, very chaotic. And I think the song goes really well with the book. And yeah, so those are all the recommendations I have. Remember, like I said at the beginning, you can let me know if you want any more. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe and keep checking back because I post new videos every week. Bye!